Thanks for the
By the way,
nomination.
to start the stream, all you need to
You're
do is
welcome. Well deserved. Hello. Good, how are you?
Do we have a list
Thank you.
of organizations that received our Your Voice in the awards? The only one I could think of is the Optimist Club.
I'm not sure.
Should have a list somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. I think, but I can't think.
I know the individuals, I think. But, of course, Andy's got everything. Maybe she knows.
What is it?
Oh, the ones organizations that received the our award for the organization for Your Voice in the Arts.
Mm-hmm.
One I can remember is Optimist. You might be behind on it. I've got people that won the individual.
I gave up.
Oh yeah, I didn't wear my name tag. I'm out of uniform, I don't have my name tag. Oh, what a dummy. Oh, well. I got 5 minutes, I can go get it.
Okay. There's 4.
I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay.
I felt terrible. The goals and oh,
Well, is that a magnetized one? Or is that a pin?
It's a magnetized.
Yeah, the park commission ones are magnetized. This one I have is a pin. Is yours a magnet?
magnet.
Yeah.
You don't have one like.
I have one for
magnet?
park commission that's a magnet. But this one they gave me just because I
I
was
thought
like, sometimes
you
for
had
art
it
things.
in here.
It is, it's my park
Oh, the
commission though.
magnet one. Oh.
Yeah, so they were nice enough to get this for me because I was like, when I show up,
It's got a magnet.
No, you need to ask.
the magnet. Yeah.
Go ahead, finish.
All you have to do is start.
And that's what you should have for the art. I never wear mine.
Oh, bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
a badge.
Thank
I have this one that just, it doesn't have, like, this is my park commission and it's the magnetized one. This one doesn't really look like. I can use this, it's no problem, but.
I kind of want all you guys to have the same thing, so it
I don't even have an arts badge.
also looks more important. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's important.
What? You know, in
And
the
the
army,
magnet- the
you got this
magnets are nice,
name
but I have
tag
to
and then
poke holes
like
in
for,
things.
Yeah,
The
and I don't
different
want
ribbons.
on my
yeah,
Exactly.
you could have one that hangs off.
Yeah, I
That was
Thank
cool.
you.
There you go.
You know, like grenade, rifle. Anyway.
When Dave got the memo, this is a book.
Huh? Oh, dark?
You
What?
and Patrick are wearing the same.
Yeah. Color coordinated, or whatever. No, we had to get that picture for the city, so I thought I'd bring my coat, stick it, and take my picture in front of theirs.
Picture?
Oh,
Oh, for you.
are we, can we just get a picture done? I just had an old one, you know, the one I sent was the one of you and I at the Chinese New Year.
almost did.
Just stood right here and
Oh.
had a picture, because I thought,
We were.
oh,
We have a
It
picture
doesn't
of
look
us
very
sitting
official.
here.
somebody
First
wanted
time.
pictures
We
of
have
all
one
of us.
The art
Arts
commission
Commission?
right here.
I think they're doing it for everybody, right?
Oh, they want
Somebody
a
asked-
board.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, I got a
Sent
reunion,
in
so I thought,
picture.
I'll get a
Yeah,
picture.
it
Well, I
wasn't very
sent-
professional.
I sent,
This
yeah,
looked nice.
well, I just was like,
And you're wearing
but
it.
that doesn't, I think I have
See,
my
you do so much for the parks.
museum lanyard.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
that's nice.
Well, if you're gonna do it for the city,
That's very nice.
Oh, that is very
Yeah, we should all have them.
I don't know, just,
Somebody could send
We
like a
do.
driver's license picture. Somebody could send like a, it's my
No,
50th
I-
birthday party picture.
okay, well, it's, you know what, the iPhone says it's 4:02, so.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get this meeting started with, for our emergency meeting. So first thing I want to do is call roll. Maybe.
Okay. David Tamori,
Present.
Andy Krantz, Tracy Johnstone,
Here.
Misty Ram.
Present.
Thank you. Welcome visitors. Let's all stand for the flag salute. Ready, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Don't have a really long agenda. If there's anybody who wants to address the commission, follow the directions that are listed on your agenda there. There are 2 items on the consent calendar, one action.
We need to adopt the agenda.
Oh, did I skip that? Yep, oh, sorry, adopt the agenda first. Do we ever do that?
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Thank you. Second,
Second.
so go ahead and vote. All right.
Motion
That,
passes.
Agenda is adopted. So our regular business is Your Voice for the Arts selection. I think all of our commissioners have reviewed them. We should have a list somewhere of all the people that have received it. I have an informal one on some individuals. Have Rex Burris, Don Remley, Forrest Wong, and Louisa Louie, or past recipients that I know of the individual.
Yeah.
And, but for organizations, I just have the Optimist Club. I'm not sure if I remember if we adopted any others, so I have to kind of do some research somehow. Okay, and then the little background on that is it was an idea several years ago, and we approved the idea of having 2 nominations, one for an individual, one for a organization, so that we could just highlight what's happening in the arts in Orville. So it's really cool because looks like we have 3 or 4 nominations, and that's kind of what we want to do. Just highlight, even if you don't win or whatever, you still get recognition, and that's what we want. So it's real. I thought it was a positive thing anyway. So okay, so we want to get a awardee for 2005, and then there are some years when we didn't have awardees. So I don't. Like I said, that's what I was trying to remember. So we'll go ahead and start the discussion, and let's look at for organizations first. Looks like we had the State's Theater Art Guild, and then we have Notes and Knots. So we have two nominations. Am I correct?
Excuse me.
Okay, so I nominated the State Theater, and you could read what I wrote about it. So they, I'm pretty sure we've never nominated them, but I could be wrong. Just to highlight, it's all, volunteer group, it's a nonprofit. And the thing that impressed me was the last, it was the Intune Big Dream Music Festival. And what happened is they had all the 5th graders, that invited all the 5th graders in Orville to attend these concert, and they had 3 junior highs, and then that performed for them, and then they had the final one was the high school. And so whether they intended it or not, those junior or 5th graders are going to be 6th graders next year. And we have the 6th, 7th, and 8th junior high system here in Orville. So no telling how many people or how many young kids were inspired by that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I tell you, the junior high or the junior highs did good, but the high school band was like, oh, whoa. It was just so impressive. And it just shows you how in the arts you can start at a beginning level and then you can go on. So that's a nomination. And that's what it's like any given child. Their idea has been introduced in their head, and if they have the notion, they work hard, they can, get there. The high school band, we could hardly fit them on stage. And that's because this program's been going for a little bit. Anybody want to add anything about State Theater and other things they do? Because they do a lot.
No, I've just always had.
Well, I mean, it's an organization.
Right. So I think it's a great stuff for the community as far as keeping the state theater alive, everything that happens with the theater.
Yeah. Commissioner Rayon.
Didn't they just repurpose the painting or the murals that are inside of State Theater as well?
Right. I think there's Our Town, a little publication, and they highlighted that it's got an award for being a
I thought that was amazing.
well-preserved or what's the word, historical significance. So it's being restored to its original.
And then when my kids went to Stream Charter School, that's where they did graduations and a lot of things.
Also, the film festival was, it's a Chico thing, but they moved it to Orville because it was the only theater that kind of suited the purpose. So, I mean, yeah. Anything else on the State Theater? So we have another nomination I want to read through, and this is by Jana Curdy. So this is for Notes and Knots. And I'll just read it. Like to nominate my daughter's business, Notes and Knots. She's been teaching piano, guitar, flute since 2012. Added a fiber arts, singing, crochet, macrame, 2010. Brought on a drum teacher, ukulele teacher, countless other classes. She'd been partnered with David Tamori, the Brushstrokes Gallery, for a couple of years, and recently partnered with Birdcage Theater to bring a class and camps to the youth. She's always looking for ways to implement scholarships for to make classes accessible. So she's my neighbor at Artist Rivertown, and that's where she started. She mostly attracts homeschool students. And so the homeschool students sign up for the arts, and that's how they get it. And kind of showed her the ropes on the arts, and so now she's having classes at another location because she had to expand. So, but it's her business. It's her business. It's not a nonprofit. So, but I can't speak highly enough. I actually started teaching her 2 kids, starting with COVID, online, and we kind of grew old together. So, but that's our 2 nominations.
So they would be both
Well, they're yeah.
Notes and Knots.
Yeah, and then remember, the idea is that it's an organization that significantly impacts promotes and serves the arts in Orville.
Right, okay.
So like the Optimus Club had a chalk contest, and they have the Search for Talent and some other
Right.
things, and so that would be serving the community. So, and then of course that's a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Anybody want to say anything else about Notes and Knots? We're a small town, so everybody knows what's going on. So we have 2 worthy nominations.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I love the fact that she caters to the children of the community in the different arts, right? The musical, the fiber arts, the regular art, and theater. But I also, it's a hard choose because I think they both do great things for the community. So I think that I am going to make a motion to nominate the Orville State Theater.
Commissioner Krantz.
So for an organization, I second that nomination.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, so we'll go ahead and vote for the Your Voice in the Arts for this year as an organization is State Theater. And we have a unanimous vote.
Unanimous.
All in favor.
Unanimous. Okay, so moving on to the next category, which would be individual. And again, the whole idea is just to highlight, some of the things that are going on in Orville. So even if, now that you know about Notes and Knots, it's in your mind, and maybe next year or something like that. Okay, first one is, I nominated Elfrida Flint. So Elfrida Flint, just background, she was still you should be a resident of Orville for this award. I don't know if that's spelled out, but that's kind of assumed. And so she was one of the founders of the Artists of Rivertown, another group you heard of before. But she's also done other things and arranged for the place, the organization to have a storefront. So we went through several storefronts over the year, finally ending up at the site we have now on Montgomery. But one of them was Centennial Hall. And in order to get that, we as a group had to maintained a Lathrop ashtray collection. So he did that for a few years, and that was in exchange to, use the facility. And you guys, well, when I was docing there, people would come in like off just from nowhere, so like the Bay Area, or hey, and they'd look around at these ashtrays and whatnot. So that's it's surprising. And then, but she was also a member of the Arts Commission, and I probably was chair, I would think. And but she also helped start the Salmon Festival. She also ran for the city council and was a candidate for beauty and business. And another little thing that you don't know about our city is we're kind of known for Middle Eastern dance. So she was a Middle Eastern dance teacher. She kind of enthusiast and started all that. My wife actually took lessons from her, and she inspired my wife to join a troupe and then also form her own troupe. And so because of her, she enriched my life with just that and my family and then the community with Middle Eastern dance over the years. So we actually held contests here. Anyway, that's just some of the things that I know about Frida. Does anybody else know about Frida at all? So I mean, she followed her passions, and it was beauty and business. So that's Elfrida. And then there's this other person, his name is David Tamori. So Andy nominated me, and I thank Andy for that. And you want to do that one?
I would love to.
Oh, thank you.
So yes, I did nominate Commissioner Tamori for the individual Voice of the Arts Award for his dedication to the arts in our community. I probably would have run out of paper if I had tried to go back in history for everything that he has brought to our community. And just a few highlights, of course, his work at Brushstrokes, his many years as an art teacher, his service as chairman of the Arts Commission. And I do truly know two young men, who, when the glass mosaics were being done, revolved football and karate on Saturdays around being able to go down to Brushstrokes to work with Mr. Tamori. And they became so proficient under his guidance that they were then instructing the adults coming in to cut the glass, to do the shaving and the shaping. It was really amazing. And their parents were so impressed with the fact that this kind of contribution was made available to anyone from the public who wanted to come and participate. And so I think that he has recognized a lot of people over the years and been a guiding force there, and I think that he deserves some recognition. So that is why I nominated him.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You will have to recuse.
I will. Okay, Commissioner Rayon.
Oof, okay. So I've known Dave Tamori for more than 25 years, 29 to be exact. And he taught me and inspired me to be an art teacher and on the Arts Commission, and, well, Andy also invited me to serve on the Arts Commission, but it's just amazing how he lifts up everyone who comes in. So if people come into the Brushstrokes, I see him, you're an artist and you want to make something. Within minutes, they will be creating something. They'll be sitting down working on something, and he will be encouraging them and giving them a voice and a place to grow up and shine. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Mr. Tamori's class 25 years ago. And then he also had my mom as he taught my mom. And so that's just amazing. And so even last year, I worked in River Valley, and he came to my school and taught with me there, even at Yuba City in the high school. Even the fourth period. No, I'm just kidding. Right before we went home.
They were great.
And it was great to have you. He was a legend there too. So Sensei Tamori, I think it just shows you how much he recognizes other people. Even he nominated 2 people that are on the thing tonight. But I also want to. So thank you for all of your service, Dave. And then he's also the chairman now, but also I think she started Artists of Rivertown, but he's now the president still, you know. So he's still here, still teaching. When no one could teach at Orville High, 2020 COVID, Dave Tamori was the sub, the long-term sub that would be there for our kiddos, you know. So, and there's just a million other things. So, and then he's also started the annual arts convention.
Which is going to be May
It's coming
10th.
up. I'm so excited. Yes. Okay. Anyways.
Okay, there's the nominations. So, do we have a motion? And it won't hurt my feelings.
I'll make a
either.
motion to nominate. Second.
Okay, so we're going to have a vote, but I have to recuse myself because it's unethical to vote for myself.
Okay, 3 for yes, 1 recusal. Motion passes.
Okay, well, thank you. I kind of touched. Ugh. All right, moving on. So we have the Touch the Sky sculpture on the 14th. We approved the NOFA, and the amount is $25,000. There's discussion to take it to the city council to release the funds, but we need a location. And at the last DBA, Downtown Business Association meeting, there were a couple of suggestions, but the person who made the suggestions weren't here, but it was somewhere on the levee. So I'm not sure the exact location, but she was supposed to meet with Andy and Miss D. Did she? Oh, good, okay.
I'm having a hard time switching gears. I want to say one more thing. Sorry. Just, it's so hard to put in a nomination for someone, even though it seems like an easy thing to do. So I appreciate everyone who put in a nomination. I wanted to nominate Dave Tamori, and I was too anxious about writing the thing and doing it. So I appreciate that Andy did it, and I appreciate everyone who put in a nomination for someone else, because they're great. They're all great, and then we should be doing more. There were even more people that I thought of that I wanted to put in. Anyways, okay, now I can switch gears. Sorry. Okay. So we did meet with a group of them last night. Yeah, and we had some great discussions and some great ideas about where to put the sculpture. We talked about putting it on the levee, and Andy said that's a nice spot because they kind of, at Centennial Park, I'm not sure if that, I've mentioned Centennial Park before, and I'm not sure if you guys are like, that's not a good place for it or not, but Andy mentioned that people go up there to take prom pictures, and I think it would be beautiful up there, overlooking the water or something. And then there was also mention of it being at the Southside Center, which could be interesting, because it's like off the road. It'd be at the top of that hill. And if we could see it from the road, then if we turned it around, it would be like overlooking like all of downtown, like Southside. Kind of, you can see all that in the background, which would be beautiful. And it would be safe to get to, so that, you know, we can't, I don't think we can have it in a roundabout because it's just unsafe.
Okay.
It's just too tempting to go up and sit on it and hang out on it. So we don't want people hanging out in the roundabout. So, but I do love all those ideas. And
Commissioner Krantz?
So one of the other sort of suggestions about the Southside Community Center that I liked was that it's such a popular venue. My daughters have attended many quinceañeras there. I know people use it for wedding receptions, various types of parties. And it might be also something that a party guest who maybe isn't familiar with Orville would be interested in. It could be a real focal point. And it was also suggested that it could bring something to that part of town that maybe has been feeling a little neglected. And I very much agree with that also. I think that would be a really nice gesture. So that was the idea that I thought was sort of the most interesting. And then for practical purposes, I think we're supposed to get a follow-up, but the electricity, the outlets would be conducive to it being there as well from what was described to us, so. Does
Okay.
anybody?
Oh, yeah, I think that's a wonderful location. I'm sure they'd be open to having it there. Have they been approached, the South Side group at all, or?
No, we just had that meeting last night, so we just heard of the idea last night. And he did mention a place in the back, but I don't want it to be hidden where we kind of forget it's back there. So I'm not sure what,
So maybe we could have a motion that would be the location contingent on them approving the installation. And I agree with Commissioner Krantz about the South Side area. You know, it has been neglected, but it's a focus of interest recently with redeveloping, and might give them a shot in the arm. And I think that's a wonderful idea.
can we read what the purpose of the statue was again? What Martin Taylor wrote about it? Because I think that would be kind of a beautiful.
Sure. So this is from his application directly. Touch the Sky depicts a woman with outstretched arms and flowing tail feathers preparing to take flight. The eyes are closed in a serene, dreamlike trance. The legs and feet push off against the stylized rock beneath. The sculpture serves as a visual metaphor for taking leaps of faith to achieve our dreams and fly. The rock serves as a platform for people to sit and congregate and explore the details of the sculpture up close.
Sounds good. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to what is it called? Touch the Sky at Southside Community Center. Ooh, thank you. With the option of if they decline up at the Centennial Park area. Patrick, is that something that we can, yeah, okay.
I'll second that.
That with the recommendation from the Arts Commission, then we'll take it to council. So
Oh, okay.
have not taken it to council to approve the cost yet because once the school district said that they couldn't go there, I didn't want to take it without a location.
Okay,
It'll be confusing, I think.
okay.
So we'll go ahead and vote. And the vote is to, again, we'll-
Approach Southside Community Center if they decline up at Centennial Park.
okay.
All in
Okay.
favor, motion passes.
Great. So excited.
That's wonderful. That looks so beautiful there.
Okay, moving on, we got one more item, and that's the red tail hawk. So we're gonna, yeah, 40,000, and then select a drawing and exact location. to send a historic advisory commission for approval.
So if it's going to go into the downtown, into the downtown area, it requires historic commission's approval also, which would also be Centennial Park. So that just occurred to me just now. So that one could have to go to planning commission also for that. Anyway, sorry, go on, continue.
And then is this the drawing or is it the other drawing? There's two renderings that, we were looking at. One was, this eagle is there's one eagle stationary, it's got a little silhouette of a person, and the other one is the one that's going to grab the person.
So I think he took the talons off so that it wouldn't be as menacing looking. So I don't know, whichever one you guys think you like better.
Yeah, I don't like the talons.
Me too. I like this one.
So we're looking at the drawing without the claws outreaching towards, menacing people. It's on a pedestal, but if the idea is to have people stand in front of the red-tailed hawk so they could cover up the head and then it looks like they have wings, then we would need a little step platform in front of it. So if we could inform them of that.
Similar to something like that.
Yeah, yeah, like he has in the one that we just approved. It has steps. And then that way, little people and tall people can look like they're flying and and maybe that one could go up at the location by the levee.
Looks like from the drawing and the, not words from
Yeah, that's the one.
but the one with the person next to it.
Yeah,
And if you look at, because I think that it's around the same height as this one, right, Misty, as the Touch the Sky?
No, he was going to do this one will be smaller. It will be 2 size.
Human size if they were standing on
Yes.
the Touch, okay.
and we do have the funds available for this also, 40,000.
Mr. Tamori, do you like, or Dave, Commissioner, do you like the one with the talons better, or do you like the one without? Just curious.
Oh, I just thought it would be safer without talons.
Okay.
If you're going to have people in front of it, it would be like,
You didn't
I
want to
mean,
go
it's
for a
kind-
ride, like a swing?
well, I mean, you could impale yourself on it and take a picture and that'd be cool too, but
I'm just curious.
I think safety, I don't know,
Yeah.
if it would had talons, then wouldn't use it for that, it'd just be higher, right? So you'd be
True.
not tempted to,
And the pictures would be people goofing around like they're getting attacked by the hawk.
Just curious. And then, so, just one more time I want to ask, because I keep having an image of coming down Huntoon and seeing Aaron's mural on one side and then something balancing it off on the left side, like a photo opportunity. So are they against the sculpture that we showed them at BCOE, or is it literally just they don't want to scrub the graffiti off the rust?
Commissioner Tamori has more insight.
So would they be more open to something that was native?
does this one have lights?
Yeah,
Is it gonna have lights?
I think so.
Oh. Well, I don't know what their tastes are. I mean, I could contact an individual there that would have a definitive answer, and maybe they'll like this one a little bit better.
It does need to be lit up over there, like, it's just so dark on the left side, and then when you're coming down, that's gonna be so welcoming to have, like, it
I
balanced
think-
off a little bit.
Commissioner Tamori, didn't they say something about they didn't want to have the maintenance or liability of?
Yeah, they were worried about liability on that one sculpture, but the red-tailed hawk, I think, is not as fanciful, and they might be more, I think they're being a little bit more conservative.
I think so too.
So we could,
That's what I was.
I'll just send her the picture and tell her what it's gonna be, and then she can take it to their committee but if we don't go there, then we do have another spot on the levee, right? So,
Okay.
Commissioner Krantz?
Okay, so I'm seeing description, the red tail hawk was going to be 14 feet? Does that sound familiar? Okay, and so do you think that that's going to make a big difference then if we have the platform similar to Touch the Sky? Or how, do we want it to be a little lower than Touch the Sky, or do we want it to be similar to Touch the Sky with the platform?
Well, if we look at that picture up there of Martin Taylor, he comes up to her thigh. Originally, I thought, oh, we could take a picture in front of that, but that is like way big. That's 17 feet. So I don't think we want it that big, right?
And have,
Right.
like, we, you know, like,
Right.
taking a picture of it.
Well, that was our original idea behind it, but, so it would seem like it'd be a lot smaller and, but it's.
Because they can walk up on the platform for their picture, but then the sculpture won't be quite as tall, right? Is
That
that what
would-
we're thinking?
Yeah, originally I submitted a little photo of my nephew and standing in
Right.
front of one in Mexico, and it would be that scale, I thought.
And I sent that to him, and he did say that it would be the scale of that.
But it's smaller than the other one and doesn't light up, right? So why is it more expensive?
Because that was already paid to be commissioned,
Oh,
to
I
be
see.
made.
Okay,
So he still has to make it and, you know,
okay.
so.
I'm not sure, but Commissioner Tamori, were you asking if it's a reduced in size, would it be a reduction in cost, or is this the size right here that we see in the picture?
Yeah, well, I would think we could ask them. Just,
Was he, this one in the picture, is this one the size,
He did say to do a new sculpture, it would be 40 grand, but if I remember right, when we had sculptures in the past, they were even way more than 40 grand for something that size that didn't light up and wasn't a photo opportunity, you know? I think it was like 60 grand they wanted for one that size. I think this is just a really good deal for us because it's already made and he's trying to find a home for it. So he's been renting it out. Now we're trying to find a home for it.
and hopefully we found it. So, well,
do you want a backup plan for that, or do you want to, we have to ask the school district, did you want to do the same thing that we're doing for the other sculpture at Southside Park and with a,
continue,
Park as the
so that could be the motion, I guess?
Is that what you were
Yeah, I think that would, and that would go to would it fit into Centennial Park up there? So, maybe,
to have both of them then? Is that what, I mean, if Southside doesn't say yes and the school district doesn't say yes, then then the backup is for 2 sculptures. Is that the idea?
They would kind of go together, I guess. I don't know.
well, there's another location I didn't send to Commissioner, the commission about up there by the fish hatchery, but then we'd have to talk to DWR or the,
And that could be interesting because they love fish.
oh yeah, the red-tailed hawk,
hawks.
scare them all away. Well, should we, oh, go ahead, Commissioner Rayon.
I just want to say one more thing. The thing that would be cool about having Martin Taylor's sculpture down at the education, like BCOE, is that he said he would do like class or like have like a table and have people come and do origami, learn this kind of art. So it's like, it could be educational. And it would be kind of neat to have that down somewhere where we can build things and make things together. I don't know.
Commissioner Johnson?
BCOE is declining just because of the liability?
I didn't speak to that. I mean, I made
Okay.
a call and I talked to somebody there. He said he'd get back with me and he didn't. But Commissioner Tamori went to their meeting, right? To their,
Well, I emailed them, and then they just said it,
Because we would take care of it, right? I mean, if anything went, was damaged or anything on it, we would be the ones, the city would be the ones to take care of it, right? So,
I mean, I could just call them again and assure them that we would take responsibility for it. But we have 2 locations, and I'm pretty sure Southside Community Center would love this sculpture. I don't think we'd have to relocate that one. And Plan B for this would be at the levee, which would be a backdrop of the river behind it. Would be awesome there, so.
Or even those, are they magnolia trees? There's those pink blossom trees that are up there, and there's a sculpture. But even around those sculptures, there's like a little turnout thing that overlooks the water. Like, that's pretty empty, and with those flowers in the background would be cool. Or even turn it around and the water in the background would be really cool.
okay, so make a motion to, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the 40,000 commission and select a draw. We selected the drawing of the non-Talon Red Hawk and approach BCOE again for location for the Red Tail Hawk there, right? And if they decline, find another location, hopefully at Centennial or to be determined.
we come back to Art Commission at the next meeting, which is town for the next meeting? I am. We could come back if both places decline, we could come back to see if you want to do both, try to do both sculptures, or just pick one and pick another spot for the other one. Yes. Okay.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, we have a second. Let's go ahead and vote. And
Okay, motion passes. All in favor?
so that's our agenda. Anybody want to say anything out there? Last chance?
I was just thinking, either of those statues, has anyone thought about putting it in front of the convention center? Or, there's an area, this is just me, I don't know, I walk around and everything, I don't know how big these statues are, the base. What about like there's the parking lot that's right there by the convention center, in front where the crosswalks are, there's like 4 corners, and there's a sign in the back that's the area is dedicated to some name, but in front of it, there's like this 10-foot by 10-foot space. There on Montgomery. If you guys don't want it in front of the convention, there's that big area. It's right across from the.
Is it behind them, like to the left side of the convention center? There's like a eucalyptus tree over there.
When I'm watering the planters there, part of the garden club, but there's planters on this side. If you're looking at Montgomery, where am I at? Okay, so this is Montgomery right here. Myers is right here. There's the Union, Lori's building, nothing here, and then the other side is the Eagles Club. Right in front of it, this area, there's like
Right in front of the Eagles
really
Club.
wide. But I don't know if it's, you guys.
So like the driveway?
No, it's not the driveway.
She's talking about like right in the corner,
Oh, look at that.
yeah, would you,
Let me see.
would you put the, will you put
To the right?
So if you're looking down.
Satellite?
Touch this guy.
It's on the left, it would be on the left. It's that big area, it's,
So it's that,
extra
see where that like blank space is from the planters? Right in the corner,
Yeah, there's a wooden sign that dedicates, I forgot the name, right in the corner, right before you go into the
zoom
parking
down in
lot.
a little bit, Nancy.
There's a huge.
Out.
Oh, no, down closer to it.
Be kind of on the sidewalk though, is that right?
Towards the back of the sidewalk, because there's like, it's like the entrance to the parking lot, but it's that big, it's an area, and then you have the sidewalk.
I think it could go too close to the back part because it's also the ADA access to get out of the parking lot and over to the corner ramps.
I don't know how wide these statues are, so. Because when the trees are flower, or, the background of the trees, you would see it, and the wings and all that stuff. Just so pretty. But that was just me, because isn't that?
Open spot by the Green Bridge.
North side or south side?
Oh, see, that's, yes, I looked at that spot. I was like, oh my gosh, that'd be cool.
So Commissioner Rayom and I, when we were discussing locations, we did look at this spot, and we also both agreed that maybe for something in the future, that does seem like it would be an ideal area for something.
A little smaller.
Something smaller, yeah. Because it is a nice little space.
Yes, we go and look over by the Green Bridge, the south.
That looks
side.
really nice.
Can you look to the left of the municipal real quick? I just want to show you guys this one spot I've been thinking about for a while. It's, it's like, so I forget what business it
Oh,
is.
technology.
It's like for battered women or something.
Oh, Catalyst?
Yes. So their parking lot has like a beautiful eucalyptus tree, and I think it would be so beautiful underneath that. It's like a pretty big empty parking lot, but it kind of fits their theme because it's a woman pushing forward. And there's also, that's where the Ashtray Museum used to be, and there's also other artwork up there. And it's like right downtown, so you can walk straight up there and take a picture with it. You could see it from downtown. So that eucalyptus tree right there. So if you zoom in a little more on that building. So there's like a big, right there is a sculpture.
Yeah, that's
So
the
if you go
salmon.
more to the left. So there's like just a big empty parking lot right there. I don't know.
That's on the other side of the convention center.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought about that for a second, but I don't know.
Well, I think, so my comment is that part of the idea of having a sculpture is whatever you can picture in the background. So if you arranged it right and you had either the river pointing towards the river, you'd have that scene, or if you want to emphasize the city, then it would you'd see downtown Montgomery from it in the background. So it's just, that's
So
kind of
Centennial Park would be so beautiful. Sorry.
that's all.
Just a big open.
Be kind of lonely up there, huh?
Yeah.
There's down on Montgomery.
Oh yes.
You know where I'm talking about?
It's very industrial looking.
Yeah.
Right.
Like right in there. That's not a sculpture.
There's one of them.
Well, this is fun.
Speeding.
Pam, I'm gonna have to pull you over.
It looks better.
Just drove by it today and thought.
Looks like it's pretty full of stuff, though.
Of course they own that.
I wanted to see the spot Dave Tamori was talking about by the Green Bridge.
Oh, so you got to go across the Green Bridge, do our little virtual tour.
This is amazing.
Commissioner Johnson talked about the south side. Let's look
There's the hatchery up, a little more higher. And when you turn into the hatchery, there's a, I thought there, it's,
The hatchery's down.
so right, yeah, okay, there, yeah, the upper parking lot is right there to the right.
I was thinking
Yeah, that's where, I wonder if there'd be a spot there. And you'd have the backdrop. You have the background of the water and yeah, you're gonna freak out the salmon.
DWR,
Yeah,
that would be beautiful right there. And it'd be like.
oh, yeah, that,
And they'll go there even more. They'll go there and even more to watch the lights.
Yep.
You want to put a pin in this? We'll talk to people.
Someone was worried
yeah,
about.
let's do that.
Can we talk
Yeah.
to, can you reach,
That's
are you gonna
pretty.
reach out to do
I
it,
don't have any connections. Obviously,
Brian?
Melissa does.
Oh, at night. I wonder if you could see it from the bridge?
Well, there's the bridge.
Someone, yeah, this wouldn't compete with the bridge at all either, yeah.
Can we somehow get to the Green Bridge?
Just go up.
To the right? You know where we had the dedication to, for the lights, Patrick? Where we had the dedication to the light? Oh, you didn't go? Darn it.
I went.
Yeah, you were there. Remember where we,
Yeah, we said right up there.
yeah,
Across the bridge.
yeah.
Virtual tour. Is that the parking lot? Yeah, see, so right, yeah, so keep going forward, and then right at the entrance, there's this kind of a rough spot. We'd have to put in a, you could park there, and then you walk towards the road. Keep going. Yeah, right,
Hey, you're getting there.
yeah, so to the left or the right.
Yep.
No, it'd be the left.
Oh, perfect.
Just go
Okay.
back, or,
So that's the north side.
there's the Green
Yeah.
Bridge, so
Yeah.
just back up, back
So-
up, back up, back up, right? I was thinking that location, because to the left, to the right, and then it would overlook the river and the city.
Yeah, and even if you go on the other side of the Green Bridge too, there's like a little,
Down there.
We're in a video game here.
I know. Interesting.
Never been so.
There we're going up the road now. All right, and then, Oh, yeah, okay, go to the, right, right. Oop. That's,
This is where I thought.
well, it's just, it's right towards the entrance. There's a sign and all that, so that's, I guess I just have to take a picture and bring it in. There you go, it's to the left now. See where that sign is? Oh, you just missed it. That brick sign is the entrance to the hatchery. And then right in front of that, there's an area that could be modified to have a statue. And then you would,
And it kind of sits up on,
it's high, so you'd see the city. So right in front of that brick thing. And see, that would be a gateway to the nature wall.
Right.
That's the spot. That's the spot. So if you turn it around the other way, you'll see the city. And all that other stuff.
Because when Commissioner Rayoum and I met initially about this, we discussed, would it be nice to also have a sculpture or something that could be reflective of what we're finding in the nature wall and the mosaic, so.
Yeah,
Not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be the same.
there'll be a red
bird or
hot
animal,
relative, yeah.
but related to it.
Well, we'll work on it. So I guess, thanks for the suggestions, and our work is done, correct? So. Okay,
yes.
okay. All right. Thank you very much. We'll adjourn this meeting.
Just for clarification,
No, I'm going to talk to them too.
so school district first. Is that, so the first choice is Would you like to continue? And take my spot, and she. Special.
So April being sooner. I'll do sooner. It's fine. So we do want to get a spot, or we do want to have it finalized before July, because that's when his time is up in Vacaville. So he'll have to move the sculpture. Okay.
So just clarify the whole timeline. So it would leave us enough time if everything is settled and ready for a request for council for us to take it to the second meeting in July. Sort of. I mean, I guess we could do the other meeting anytime, right? So we could do a special meeting in late May rather than in June. So if the idea is to get to council before then, because if we waited till, like, say, our regular time that we would meet in June, it's too late for me to get something on the agenda for the second meeting in June. So we would have to meet then, maybe say the last week of May. That work? Okay,
And then, oh, sorry.
so we're still canceling the meeting in May and then just do a special meeting on another date.
So can we just clarify? So we're having a late meeting in May. Touch the Sky or the red-tailed hawk?
Red-tailed hawk, well,
No, Touch the Sky.
right now, so.
So it'll technically be both, because, so I have to talk to Southside about whether or not they want it to be there, and if they don't, then it goes to Centennial. That's kind of already settled, but we could discuss that again. Red Tail Hawk is, the preferred place is the school district, and if they say no, then it's the DWR spot, and if they say no, then it's Centennial Park. Right, but then if all of the preferred places are not chosen, are not allowed to go there, then they're both going to Centennial Park. And so I think that might be a discussion, because I don't really have my finger fully on that pulse, but I'm not sure if the full council would vote to put 2 large sculptures at Centennial Park. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it real. Yeah. So I guess we'll keep them, so they'll both be on the agenda for this meeting in May.
Red Tail Hawk may be a third location,
Right.
possibly.
And
That would be a great spot.
So then we'll talk to Feather River then also to see if they're okay.
so when would he be allowed to start working on the red-tailed hawk? Not until we get it all.
Yeah, I would suggest
Can we
not.
We can approve it.
It still has to go to,
Drawings,
it still has to go to council for approval of this
Oh.
expenditure.
okay.
Because the Art Commission is an advisory body. So then if there's something that has to do with cost, then it goes to the council for approval.
So can we make a motion to recommend the $40,000 cost and approve the drawing that we want, and then table the location? So that way it can go to council for approval, and if they approve it, then he can at least get started on the Red Tail Hawk while we find a location.
Can I ask Brian if that's okay?
Can you ask Brian? Yeah.
Just because I have the staff reports for the next council meeting were due on
Friday,
last Friday,
yeah.
and I'm not going to be here for either in May. So you could go back to having, well, no, it probably needs to go. Let me ask Brian if he's okay with me sneaking another staff report in.
Okay.
Just, as we're talking through this, I'm wondering, would it make more sense to put the emphasis, since we're in a time crunch, on the sculpture that we already want to purchase and make that the priority? Because if we're talking about 2 different things and locations and costs, I'm worried that things are going to get bogged down, and then we're going to lose sight of what our time crunch situation is, and then we're going to miss an opportunity.
So I could put the purchase of both. It's okay for me to sneak one in. I could put the purchase of both, and this is gonna depend, on how many things, how big the
The
agenda's
agenda.
already stacked. Because this won't be a consent item, it'll be a regular business item,
Yeah.
so it'll be an item for discussion. So if that's the case, I could do 2 staff reports for each item, maybe I'd do one for both, not really, I could just do one for both, and then council can vote for both or pick one out and just vote for one.
But they will understand that Touch the Sky, there's a bit of a deadline for that?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can talk about that.
We'll put you can put the deadline in the staff report, and then we'll know at council. Because the locations can be to be determined, right? But the costs have to be approved in order for the deadline to be met, right?
That's right.
Okay?
Yep,
Tell Brian pretty please.
I will. I'll bat my eyes at him.
Okay.
So did we choose a day in May? Or is that to be determined?
Well, we can still go back to the same thing. We'll do the next art commission, because now we're just discussing the
Location.
locations.
But are we having an emergency meeting in late May? Did we decide about that?
I don't think we need to now because you're gonna, unless you can't get it on the agenda, we don't
Oh,
need to have
okay.
an emergency meeting. We can just have our normal meeting. Because the only thing that he needs, to start doing, or to meet the July deadline is the cost, right? That he doesn't need a location for it, right?
The artist? Mm-hmm. I'm sure he doesn't.
Yeah.
Just come and put it up. But we,
So let's go ahead and we'll just plan normal, regular meeting unless, Pat cannot get it on this agenda, this next agenda. And then if you can't get it on the next agenda, then do we agree to have a special meeting towards the end of May?
Okay, so we're having a May 13th meeting.
so I can't be here for the May 13th meeting. Noel can
Right.
run the meeting. I mean, she's doing a great job, and I think that she can handle it.
That's fine.
So you can stick with the May 13th meeting.
All right.
Okay.
And then if the council does not, how about we don't have to decide this right now? I'll circle back. I just need a couple of you to say yes to, or we could talk about another special meeting date if, for some reason, it doesn't work out with the council meeting.
That's fine.
Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody. Good work.
When is the next council meeting that you have?
Next Tuesday.
night.
Are we adjourned?
Yes, we're good.
Thank you. Dude, that was.
There's always